Blackstone versus Traeger. Let me help you decide. Hey, I'm Ricer and welcome back to Smoke Barbecue Source. And yeah, I said that right. Blackstone versus Traeger. When it comes to flat top griddles, Blackstone has been around since 2005 and they probably are the most recognizable brand in the market today. But we got a new guy, Traeger. But are they really that new? No, they've been around since 1985. And let's face it, cooking on a flat top is getting pretty popular, so Traeger, they threw their hat in the ring too. And to do the comparison between these two brands, we have two similar models. Because Traeger only has one model, and that's the Flatrock, and that comes in at $899.99. And this Blackstone Pro Series 1901, it comes in at $899 and 0 pennies. It's $899. I have seen it fluctuate up to $1,000 on the interzones, but for the most part, figure about both of these are 900 bucks. And another reason why I picked this particular Blackstone model is that both of them have the wind dampening design. You can see on the Flatrock that the griddle is built inside the frame. On the Blackstone, you can see that it has these wind dampeners on each side. And on the bottom of the griddle, it has this extra little lip that covers the actual burners. With these models having the wind baffling system, it's virtually impossible for them to ever blow out. The most impressive thing about all of this wind baffling technology is how even the temps are across that whole griddle. And it also is going to help you retain heat and balanced heat throughout that whole griddle top. So yeah, they both do a great job on doing up some smash burgers, or if you want to do some grilled steak cheese sandwiches. I'm not gonna mess around, let's just get right to the facts about cooking on both of these griddles. All of the cooks on both of these models turned out great. And when you get one of these griddles, just think about it. You're gonna be cooking tacos, eggs, pancakes, steak and cheese sandwiches, chicken fried rice, and you even can cook brats on a flat top. And trust me, once you start cooking, you're gonna be eating good, even better than restaurant style food, because you made it and you know what you put in it, so it's gonna be good. Both of these models are more of your deluxe style flat tops. They're both built nice and sturdy with some decent strength on the shelves. I will say when it came to the actual assembly of both of these units, the Traeger, it was a lot easier. Number one, they mark all the boxes of what parts are in them. And number two, everything just lined up a lot better. We struggled on the Blackstone when it came to putting the legs all together. We actually had to skip one bolt because it just wouldn't line up. And I didn't want to take like a pipe wrench on one of those legs and scratch it all up just to get one extra bolt in. Now, it's not the end of the world, but it could have been designed a little better. The Blackstone has 3 single burners, but the Flatrock, it has 3 horseshoe-shaped burners. Our cooking surface on the Blackstone is 21.5 by 28. The Flatrock is 18 by 33. So they're pretty much the same size. One is just a little deeper and the other one is a little longer. The Flatrock, it does have a couple features that you can use electricity with. Now, you don't need it to actually ignite the burners. You just use a 9-volt battery and that'll kick them into gear. But with electricity, it does give you a fuel gauge along with if your igniters are actually lit. And now it's lit. Like most Blackstones, just turn the gas on and press the igniter switch. I can hear it. I don't know if you can, but this one lit too. One thing that I'll say about both of these models, once the boys and I got them all put together, we hooked up a tank and they lit up immediately. So we didn't have to sit and mess around with adjusting any burners. And that is a huge bonus because then you can get right into seasoning them up. Seasoning them up, that is a breeze. Coat them up with some oil, burn it off, and repeat about 5 or 6 times. Let it cool down, you can start cooking on it. When it comes to the grease management on both of these units, it's kind of a love-hate relationship. The Blackstone, it's like all of them, your grease strip is in the back, but I hate that flimsy little grease catch. And if you don't line it up quite right, it ends up dripping on the bottom shelf. On the Flatrock, you have this really nice grease catch, and it's very similar, obviously, to like a pellet grill. But the grease drain, it's right in the front. So cooking-wise, it's pretty easy to scrape all the grease in there, but you do get some pretty intense heat right above this hole. What could both of these companies do to make it better? Well, on the Traeger, put that catch towards the back corner, and on the Blackstone, well, make that catch actually fit underneath the griddle some so it doesn't have any chance whatsoever dripping down to the ground. It just has this goofy little hook and you hook it on there, but you're like, well, I think so. Maybe I've got it. I'm not sure. It didn't have it set perfectly. And it's real flimsy. So then you bend it a little bit, and then it's like, well, if I bend this too many times, it's gonna snap a tui off, and well, there you go. Straight on the inner zones to buy a new dumb grease little can. The shelves on the Traeger Flatrock, they are bigger. They have a lot of space. And the new Traegers have what they call the pop and lock system. So you can buy these little accessories, like this little storage shelf, and you can put it wherever you want. See? This clips right on. The Blackstone, it has a nice big front storage shelf, and it also is detachable so you can clean it up easily. It can be a little challenging to get the clips to lock when you're putting it back on, but it's very nice that you can take it off and clean it up. The Blackstone shelves, they're nice and sturdy too. A little smaller, but the bonus is they have a magnet so you can go ahead and hang your tools. The Blackstone, it does come with a bar where you can hang your paper towel. But if you want a paper towel hanger for the Flatrock, you gotta purchase them for the pop and lock system. The last thing on the build quality that I want to point out about these two models is that the lid on the Traeger Flatrock, it's nice and smooth, really easy to pick up and put down. The Blackstone, it's a little flimsier. Putting it down is real easy, but at times if you don't have it right in the center, it doesn't come up that great. So if you're in a hurry, you grab it, kind of locks up. Because those hinges, they just aren't as built as well as the Traeger's is. I did read, or I was told, I can't remember exactly, that on the lid with the Flatrock, you are actually not supposed to cook with it down. I don't think it hurts if you're just trying to hurry up and melt some cheese, but you probably can't get away with like steaming a lot of stuff with this lid. On the Flatrock, it has this little protected in there, and they don't say anything about cooking with this lid down. Both grills have 4 rotating and locking casters. And if you're like me and you have to move your grills around a lot, it certainly is nice that all 4 of them rotate and they roll nice and smooth. A little negative that I have about the Traeger is actually the tank storage. There's a little bracket in the back, and it's kind of tricky, but it has to be that way because you're actually measuring and weighing how much LP you have in that tank. As far as the Blackstone, man, you can't get any easier of a storage than this unit. When it comes to accessories, Blackstone, they have a ton of different styles to choose from. Traeger has a decent selection, but the thing that I like about theirs is those handles are made of wood and they're very heavy duty. As far as my overall opinion on both of these units, I like them both. I kind of lean towards the Traeger Flatrock a tad, and the only reason really is because I like that grease catch and how easy it is for cleanup. But I really do like the Blackstone. They have a lot of models to choose from, anywhere from the $200 range to I think I've seen some of them all the way up to $1,300. So it's up to you. Are you gonna go with old reliable? Or are you gonna go with the new kid on the block? Now, if you're interested in getting your very own Blackstone or Traeger griddle, there'll be links in the description below. Plus, we'll even have a more in-depth review in the description below and pricing. It's a perfect world here at Smoke Barbecue Source. We do all the work for you. We really do. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.